Video Phantom! Scary stories!
Before we begin, please make sure you visit our Video Phantoms website every day and check out all of the new content and cool stuff we have for you over there. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you won't miss whenever we upload next. With that being said, let's grab your popcorn and enjoy the video.
Tale of Vengeance and Shadows. The moon hung full and heavy in the midnight sky, casting an eerie glow over the quiet suburban neighborhood. The streets were silent, save for the occasional rustle of leaves or distant barking of a dog. The houses, lined up in neat rows, looked identical in the moonlight, their windows dark and foreboding. It was a typical peaceful night, but peace was a fragile thing in these parts. In one particular house, nestled on the corner of Maple Street, the tranquility was about to be shattered. "Bro's still mad. I took his girl back in high school." The words echoed in Jason's mind as he stared at the text on his phone, a chill running down his spine. He hadn't thought about Marcus in years. High school was supposed to be a distant memory, a time of youthful mistakes and growing pains. But it seemed Marcus hadn't moved on. Jason could still recall the anger in Marcus's eyes when he found out that his girlfriend, Tasha, had left him for Jason. It was a messy breakup, filled with accusations and confrontations, but that was over a decade ago. Surely, Marcus had moved on by now. Jason put his phone down, shaking his head. "This is ridiculous," he muttered to himself. He glanced at the clock. It was just past midnight. He needed to get some sleep. Tomorrow was a big day at work, and he couldn't afford to be tired. As he climbed into bed next to his wife, Mia, he tried to push the memories of high school out of his mind. But sleep didn't come easily. The feeling of being watched, the sense of unease, lingered long after he closed his eyes. A few blocks away, under the same moonlit sky, Marcus stood on the roof of his rundown apartment building. He had spent the last 10 years festering in anger, nursing the wounds of betrayal. It wasn't just about Tasha. It was about respect, about being made to look like a fool. Jason had taken something from him, and Marcus had never forgiven him. He had followed Jason's life from a distance, watching as he built a successful career, married a beautiful woman, and moved into a nice neighborhood. Every achievement, every happy moment, was like salt in Marcus's wounds. And tonight, he was going to do something about it. Marcus had spent weeks planning his revenge, stalking Jason's routine, learning his habits. He knew Jason would be home tonight, and he knew exactly how to get to him. Dressed in black, he moved like a shadow through the streets, blending into the darkness. The old anger fueled his steps, driving him forward. Jason woke with a start. The room was dark, and for a moment, he couldn't remember where he was. Then the familiar surroundings of his bedroom came into focus. He glanced at the clock. It was 2:30 a.m. He had been asleep for barely an hour. A noise had woken him, a soft creak from somewhere downstairs. Mia stirred beside him, her hand reaching out to touch his arm. "Did you hear that?" she whispered, her voice barely audible. Jason nodded, his senses on high alert. He got out of bed quietly, trying not to make a sound. "Stay here," he whispered back. "I'll go check." He grabbed the baseball bat he kept under the bed and made his way out of the room, his heart pounding in his chest. As he descended the stairs, the house seemed unnaturally quiet. The floorboards creaked under his feet, the sound magnified in the silence. When he reached the bottom of the stairs, he paused, listening. There it was again, a faint rustling sound, coming from the living room. He tightened his grip on the bat and moved forward, his eyes scanning the darkness. The living room was empty, but the back door was ajar, a cold breeze blowing in. Jason's blood ran cold. He was sure he had locked it before going to bed. He stepped closer, peering into the darkness outside. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows, and before Jason could react, he was tackled to the ground. The bat slipped from his hands as he struggled against his attacker. He caught a glimpse of a familiar face, twisted with rage. "Marcus," he gasped, realization dawning on him. "What are you doing?" Marcus's grip tightened around Jason's throat, his eyes burning with hatred. "You took everything from me," he hissed. "Now, I'm going to take everything from you." Jason fought to free himself, but Marcus was strong. his anger giving him a terrifying strength. Just as Jason felt himself losing consciousness, he heard a scream. Mia! The sound gave him a surge of adrenaline, and he managed to throw Marcus off. He scrambled to his feet, grabbing the bat and swinging it with all his might. The bat connected with Marcus's side, and he fell to the ground, groaning in pain. Jason didn't waste a second. He ran back upstairs, finding Mia standing in the doorway of their bedroom, her face pale with fear. Jason, what happened? Call the police, he said, breathless. Marcus is here. He's gone crazy. Mia grabbed her phone and dialed 911, her hands shaking. Jason turned to head back downstairs, but Marcus was already at the top of the stairs, a knife in his hand. You think you can just beat me and walk away? Marcus growled, advancing toward Jason. Jason raised the bat, but Marcus was quicker. He lunged forward, slashing at Jason with the knife. Jason managed to dodge, but the blade caught his arm, leaving a deep gash. He swung the bat again, hitting Marcus in the shoulder, but it barely slowed him down. Jason! Mia screamed, dropping the phone. She ran to help her husband, but Marcus shoved her aside, his focus solely on Jason. The two men struggled, crashing into walls and furniture. Jason's arm throbbed with pain, but he fought through it, determined to protect his home and his wife. With a final, desperate effort, he swung the bat one last time, hitting Marcus square in the head. Marcus fell to the ground, unconscious. Jason collapsed next to him, his body trembling with exhaustion and pain. Mia rushed to his side, tears streaming down her face. The police are on their way, she said, her voice choked with emotion. You're going to be okay. Marcus awoke in a hospital bed, his head pounding. He tried to move, but his hands were cuffed to the bed rails. A police officer stood at the door, watching him. You brought this on yourself, the officer said, his tone devoid of sympathy. You're lucky you're not dead. Marcus closed his eyes, the events of the night replaying in his mind. His plan for revenge had failed, and now he was paying the price. He had lost everything, and for what? A grudge that should have been left in the past. As he lay there, the weight of his actions settled over him. He had become the very thing he hated most, a monster consumed by anger and bitterness. And now, he would have to live with the consequences. Jason sat on the edge of his bed, his arm bandaged and his body sore. The events of the night had shaken him to his core, but he was grateful to be alive. He looked at Mia, who was sitting next to him, her hand in his. We're going to be okay, she said softly, her eyes filled with determination. We're going to get through this. Jason nodded, but the fear still lingered. Marcus had taken so much from him, and the scars would take time to heal. But he knew he had to move forward, to put the past behind him once and for all. As he looked out the window, the first light of dawn breaking over the horizon, he made a promise to himself. He would not let Marcus's hatred define him. He would not live in fear. He would rebuild, stronger than before. And he would never forget the lesson he had learned, that the shadows of the past could haunt you, but they could not control your future. Epilogue. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months. Jason and Mia worked together to heal, both physically and emotionally. They moved to a new house, hoping to leave the memories of that terrifying night behind. Marcus was sentenced to prison for his crimes, his anger and resentment finally catching up to him. In his cell, he had plenty of time to reflect on his actions and the choices that had led him there. He realized too late that revenge had consumed him, destroying any chance of a future. For Jason, the experience had been a wake-up call. He had been reminded of the fragility of life and the importance of letting go of the past. He focused on his family, his career, and his future, determined to build a life free from fear and regret. And as the years passed, the memories of that night faded, replaced by new memories of happiness and growth. Jason and Mia had a family, a home filled with love and laughter. The darkness of the past was a distant shadow, unable to touch the light they had created. In the end, Jason learned that true strength came not from fighting the shadows, but from embracing the light. And with that knowledge, he found peace.
Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy Quan318. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me to grow. And guys, if you really enjoyed the video, please give it a share on social media, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you guys be hanging out at the most. It really helps and I appreciate it, guys. Also, my goal is to reach at least 1 million loyal subscribers over the next 5 years. Guys, I'm going to give it everything I got and go hard as I can. And hopefully it pays off for me, guys. And y'all going to be a big part of that. And as I grow, you guys will be rewarded for a lot of stuff for helping me participating. And as just a token of my appreciation, guys, the least I can do. Also, guys, make sure you go down in the video description and click the links. Visit all my websites. I put hella work into these websites, man. Getting them built up, jam-packed with content just for you guys. You know, we got videos. We got the hottest trending offers online. I'm talking about everything, guys. Everything from education, teaching you how to make $1,000 a day online. Like, man, guys, everything that you can think of is on there. So, guys, make sure you go over there, check it out. Click links, watch videos, do your thing, man. I really want you guys to enjoy. I worked hard on it, and I want you guys to really enjoy it, man. So, yeah. Also, guys, while you're down there in the description, make sure you go and check out my other channels. I got links to all of them down below. I worked hard on these channels, guys. I worked hard on my websites. I worked hard on everything for you guys. Make sure you join my Facebook groups. I got Facebook groups set up for every channel that I got, guys. I'm trying to go global, man. You feel me? It's the family, man. This Rich Founders, man. I want y'all to be part of Rich Founders. Y'all part of the family, man. This a mafia, you feel me? Going worldwide with this shit. But anyway, man, love you guys. Y'all be blessed, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.